album, Lemonade, whatever. The only thing that could have made this any better for me, which it couldn't have possibly been, but the only thing that could have made this better for me is if she was joined on stage by Blue and they did their own rendition of just any song. I actually wouldn't even give a fuck because honestly, I live for Blue. And yeah. Beyonce performed Lift Every Voice and Sing. I mean, do we have to? I feel like you're going to hear about this ad nauseum. I know that you probably are sick of it. So let's get on to the better subject here, which is there were some people that I know who will remain nameless who actually felt like it was just a bop. Like it wasn't all that. Because you're not all that. Okay? That's what they said. They said, girl, it wasn't all that. You think you all that, but your booty's still flat, right? Now, I've heard a myriad of complaints from they wanted the original Destiny's Child reunion. So they were expecting LaToya and Latavia. And that didn't happen. Which I actually, to be honest with you guys, I actually would really have lived if all of the girls were on stage. Could you imagine? That would have been so powerful and so amazing. But, I'm not second guessing any of Beyonce's decisions, okay? I'm just saying that I could see how someone would feel like, reunion-esque. Also, a lot of people felt like, where's the new single? Where's the new song? What's the justification for her singing from an album that was released in 2016 and further back? Now, listen, I felt like you can go through a Beyonce tour, like a whole tour, where she changes up looks and things within the tour. So even if you see it in one city, do not bet the farm that she's not going to do something else in another city. Don't do that because you would really be making a mistake. Yes, there are a lot of moves and a lot of things that she did in this Coachella performance that if you I went to her 4 concert as well as Lemonade. And what I will say is, there definitely was, things that I recognized from both concerts, but there was also new twists that were added to it. I think thematically, it's a completely different performance. Based on the fact that this had a very HBCU theme to it. And the fact that Beyonce is now more of a seasoned performer. And she's the type of person she's like an athlete. I can guarantee you that she goes back and watches video of these performances and fucking nitpicks at every fucking thing to get it right. This person's arm was off. This light didn't flicker when it was supposed to flack. You know what I'm saying? I've been wondering, and I had a discussion with someone about this yesterday. I think that everyone is always wondering, what is it about her that why are we all obsessed with Beyonce? And yes, I think that she is probably the most amazing entertainer of our time, at least of my time. Now, I had when I say that, I mean, including Michael Jackson, including Prince, including Whitney Houston. I think that when you talk about full encompassing entertainer, it does not get better than Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter. It doesn't. I think that she embodies what all of us would want to attack our lives with. A level of vigorousness and a level of dedication that almost seems unattainable for mere mortals. But I think that when you look at her, you just see the best of what is humanly possible. I just see the best of humanity when I look at her. Like, I see the best of what is possible when you dig deep enough When you dig deep enough and you align yourself with something that is bigger than you and you accept the challenge of your purpose, because you could be the Beyonce of the t-shirt game. You could be the Beyonce of the sneaker game. You could be the Beyonce of the marketing game. You can do that. When you dig in deep enough to charted territories that have been uncharted before, I think that it is amazing. It is really amazing. She performed for 2 hours straight. The bitch changed her fucking nail polish color in the middle of her fucking performance. Where they do that at? How, Sway? I mean, I just think that she's pretty fucking amazing. And I think that there's also this thing that she is unattainable because we don't know her. I think as much as she gives us on the stage, none of us know her. We don't know anything. The most candid moment we've ever seen, the most unrehearsed moment we've ever seen from Beyonce took place in that elevator. Literally. If you've ever heard her dad talk about his perception of what happened in the elevator, he'll tell you what happened in there is very indicative of Beyonce and Solange as women and who I know them to be. Beyonce is very shy. She's very kind of like, I don't like the crazy. I'm going to stand in the corner. And Solange comes out guns blazing. She's not having any of it. Not nan one. Okay. And so because we've also had to interpret even what the elevator ride meant. Because we've heard stories about what it possibly means. We know that he cheated on her, but we don't really know. We don't know anything. We don't know anything about her. We know that she has some kids and, she's an amazing dancer. She is so curated in terms of what we know of her that we will always be at her hemline. We will always and forever be at her coattails because we just don't know. And we live in this really crazy voyeuristic society where we want to know every fucking thing. We are going through our significant other's phone, even when there is nothing to fucking worry about. We want to know everything. We want to know. We want to know everything. We don't want no stone left unturned. And baby, Beyonce is the biggest stone left unturned of them all because we don't know a motherfucking thing about her and we probably never will. Which just makes us salivate for her that much more. Because you want to know, like, girl, what's your motive? Like, I want to know what face wash she used. I want to know her toothbrush. I want to know her fucking daily routine. I want to know. I want to know everything about you. What's your Finstagram name? All of that shit. I want to know because I too feel like maybe if I have the same morning routine, maybe I too could be Beyonce. Maybe. But you won't. Listen, shout out to her for showing us all what is possible when we really just decide that we are going to be like Honey Daniels and leave it all on the dance floor. Yo, thank you guys for tuning in. It was a fabulous show of just hot topics and us just being hot tops together. Because you know what? Sometimes you got to look like a pump but feel like a sneaker bitch, okay? Have an amazing week. I don't even know what that means. I'm fucking high. Have an amazing week, okay? Go do your thing. Love you. Listen to us on all of the favorite places that you like to listen to podcasts. Get on Instagram and go ahead and follow me. A Seat at the Table pod. All one word. For God's sakes, what is your problem? Follow me. God willing and the creek don't rise. I'll be back next week. Peace.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.